Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. I'm back on dealing with the carburetor and this right here. I got that on. I was able to tap this out to work with the original hardware and stuff. You shouldn't have to do that, but mine was messed up in the front here. The next thing, we got the gas pedal here. Go ahead, make a comment. I got the gas pedal here, and it needs to hook kind of up into here actually, so that we can have this type of lever. Unfortunately, from what I can get, you have to either buy one of these that threads into this right here, buy a whole nother setup, or build your own. And I'm more of a build your own. So since we're hitting on this right here, does that go this way? It kind of appears like maybe I might have to do a little bit more bending, like this is a little bit further this way than the original one. We also want it to go all the way that way, which that's not a lot of throw. And I think what I'm going to do is take this piece out right here. That is bolted into this. This appears to be a 5/16 right here. I'm hoping, yep, nope, the back is something else. It might be a 3/8, but I'm hoping this will come loose. Nope. So I got a 5/16 socket, so hopefully that'll hold on to it. Should go into there and actually ride pretty alright. That's all the way forward, so, and it'll go all the way back. There's just like a little cotter pin down here. Pull that off. Alright. And that pulls that off. I ran out of the SD card, and I'm not sure what all you saw, so we had this is the rod right there, and right here through there's the pedal bracket there. This was on that, and it had a cotter pin through it. I just pulled the cotter pin out and pulled this out, and this is where we're at. So this is what I was saying earlier too, that this is threaded, so this piece right here can go anywhere between the threads here and here, so that you can lengthen it and shorten it. I may have to mess with that a little bit later on, but right now I feel like we're pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and like take some of this bend right here out of it and kind of straighten it up a little bit. So I went to my trusty old tap and die kit here, and I found a thread that should be the same threads as this little ball that was already in my Edelbrock carburetor. Now, I don't know if these come in all Edelbrock carburetors or not, but mine did. So now we have the rod here that comes from the gas pedal, and we got our end. Now you can go out yet again and buy one of these that has a threaded end that the nut here screws onto, and it goes in place of that little thing right there. So what I'm going to try and do, whether or not this will work or not, is I'm going to try and put my own threads on here. I'm not sure if it's long enough. Some threads here Hopefully you can see that. Also hoping that this works. Got some good threads on there. I'm happy with that. Just stick this back into this thing for right now. I'm not gonna put all the stuff on it. That goes around that better. I'm gonna stick that in there like that. Once again, make sure that when I push on the pedal, things are gonna go full throttle as well as all the way off here. All right. And then we got the you might have already caught it, but right here, this piece right here is hitting on here. And in an effort to not screw up my threads, I put the little rubber piece on there just to try and hopefully keep from messing up the threads. Nope, should have probably heated it up because I think I just broke it. Alright, yet again, I just tried bending that back and it's gonna pop off of there. So I don't know what kind of junk metal this is, but whatever they made these out of were not very good. It's very crystallized metal of some sort. Crazy thing is they bent this before. So I don't know if this metal just has gotten that old or what, but we're gonna mess with it. This may not be the right way, but it's gonna be my way for now. We can always do something different later. Okay, so I've been messing with this enough to where the grommet in my throttle here it fell out, and it's just it was getting ready to go anyway. So I went and looked through my drawer of Doodad's thingamajig grommet area, and I actually found this right here. And it's got like a little plastic thing in it that actually fits this perfectly and will hopefully help that ride a little bit smoother. I don't know if I have no idea what this came off of or what it came out of. That's why I just don't throw things away when it comes to these kind of things, especially. Okay, I'm gonna take the little plastic thing out of it. That'll make it easier. The rubber part's bending, but then I hit that plastic and it doesn't want to go in there. Plus I can get it from this side a little easier that way. Maybe. That almost seems like it was almost made for it. I kind of doubt it. I don't ever remember buying this part for any reason, because honestly I don't even know if I knew there was a grommet in there to begin with. Not sure if the little plastic piece is going to work in there though. We'll see. Yep, went right in. So I really wish I knew what that was out of, because honestly I think it's probably better than what was in there originally, and it gives it a little bit of a space to ride. This is, I kind of looked, and it's definitely going directly to the transmission. So that is the kick down right there. This, you hit the gas, brings it back, pushes this back, triggers the transmission to know to shift down at full throttle, kicks it down a gear, and you go. And I want that to work. Now the other thing I found was this right here. It looks like a little axle off of something maybe. That will go in here and go this direction. Now I will probably cut this a little bit, and I want it to come back as far as it can. So now the main problem with this, with doing that, is that with this in here where it needs to be, and this here where it needs to be, and this in here like that, that at full throttle all the way back, that at full throttle all the way back. As you can see, these don't come together between here and here very well. So I need to figure out if I'm going to bend this in and over and weld it directly to that, if I want to put a plate on there of some sort, maybe with some little holes that looks all pretty, Right now, honestly, pretty is not what I'm going for. But yet again, I need to remember the only reason I'm doing this right now is to get this functioning. And to get this to function, I think I'm going to go ahead and put another Z in this like that. And I think this rod should bend easier than this was, I'm hoping. So I need to get an idea of how far this is going to be. So I'm going to cut some of the excess off of this, because I know I have way more than enough to end up welding it in here, although I don't know if I want to do something like that and weld it all the way across. I did bend this as well out a little bit, even more than I wanted to, but I also, so that'll go clear back there, so I don't want it to hit the floor. So we're at a good spot there. I could even bring it out a little bit more, or in a little bit more if I have to. So I'm going to bring that all the way back. Bring this all the way back. And that's touching there, but I don't want to bend this anymore. That's all the way back. That's all the way back. Right about here. I'm going to bend it that direction, and I'm going to take it out about right there. That bent up pretty easily, which makes me happy. But did I bend it enough? That wants to go. There we go. So that can go way up there, which obviously we don't want the throttle all the way up or all the way back to the ground. We just want it to go back enough to be full throttle and kick down. So I'm pretty happy with that, because this keeps this, also pushes this part here forward so that it isn't hitting on the part that we were having a problem with. So I'm definitely going to cut this end of it down a little bit, all the way down, all the way back, and I'm going to mark this right in there somewhere and cut it. We're going to go right about to here, and between here and here we're going to weld this. So we're going to mark these marks together, that way we're going to just tack it at first, and I'm probably going to wind up cutting a bunch of this off in the end, but I'm going to wait on that too, and I'm definitely going to cut some of this off here as well. Sorry about the fan, it is the welder and it's loud. A little side note, when you go to mark your parts, make sure you clean them first, because the acetone will wipe off your marks. But we got it all back marked. I got it all set up on my little table here. I have no idea if the welder's set up or not. I'm gonna go with it and mess with it. I just want this tacked right now. I'm not worried about penetration. I'm just worried about getting this put together and seeing if it's gonna function through the whole thing here. So I'm just gonna do a couple tacks and we'll figure it out from there. And turn your mask on. Can't see nothing now because I didn't turn my mask on. hopefully that did well enough to put it together. Alright, now the question is it going to fit? So I'm going to do it how we'd have to. This is the thing about doing it this way with this type of an end on it, is that you'd have to put this in first, get that around there, get that around here, and it would have to fit on the throttle pedal here. So all the way forward. It can't go any more forward, although it can. I'm going to pull this all the way out here, the idle screw here. Yeah, that's as, let's see if it can actually go further. Nope, that is as far as it can go. And you don't want to bottom, I usually don't bottom it out. You wind up usually hitting it and then giving it a bit of a turn at the very least so that it's got a positive stop there. Then I'd end up putting this in here like that, bringing that around, going like that, and putting the pin on right there. And the main thing too, you want to make sure we're not only kicking this down but we got full throttle here, which if I really mash on it, we're going to get full throttle. So, and we're kicking it down. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think we are actually at a real good spot. It appears like it's not going in or out here, because I worry about this kicking over and getting caught on here, especially when I'm trying to let off the gas. So that is one thing about something like this, and that's where I'm going to say, if you do anything I do and you hurt yourself, your car, or anybody else, I am not responsible. If you make a homemade device like I'm doing, you could have problems. It is not technically made for this, so be very, very careful. Pay attention to what you're doing and test things out before you go putting it to the floor and driving down the road and hurting somebody or yourself. So if you do anything I do and you hurt yourself or somebody else, I'm not responsible. If you don't like the way I'm doing it, don't do it. With that out of the way, I'm pretty happy with what I got right here. Is it beautiful? No. I can definitely clean it up. I'm going to cut this off right here. I'm going to cut this off right here, and I'm going to make this a little shorter here. I'm going to weld it up in a couple more places. I'm not going to bother filming that because I don't think it's anything you need to see. And there it is right there. Up close and personal. It's not the most beautiful thing, but I went ahead and just welded it complete, ground it down as much as I could to make it into one thing. I'm not going to lie, there's a couple little marks in it and things. I'm going to, at some point, I'll clean this up and try and make it even look nicer, but I'm pretty happy with it to test, especially. Probably put more work into it than I should have as far as testing. I did cut this piece off, so that's the first thing that sort of worries me, is if that's going to work in there like that well. Okay. Well, it appears to be working. It almost looks like I planned it, the way the bends are right around here, and honestly, I'm way happier with it than I thought it would be. It's homemade. It's hopefully not going to get stuck. Even if this goes all the way in, it can't get stuck, but if it goes all the way in, it falls out of this anyway. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just hook her up. Unfortunately, the part that this sticks to, the grommet thing that I was working on here that I was going to shave down last we talked, I went to kind of used my grinder, and I was trying to be careful and holding it, and it was going okay, and then zinged across the room, when you know it, and I cannot find it for the life of me. Then I will be back with the actual part that I order and have to wait for now. Well, I know some people are going to think I'm full of it, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. Right there, that grinder is what I was using to try and kind of grind off the edge of the grommet there, and it shot what I assumed was over behind, either into the doorway here or behind that right there. So I actually moved that and couldn't find it. I dug through this stuff here where I have water leaking through my door. I did do a video on that, on how I made it better, but it's still leaking. But regardless, I walked away kind of irritated with myself. So I walked away from it. Actually, it's been a couple days, and I came back, started kind of working on stuff, messing with stuff, and then I filmed what you just saw and decided I was going to walk away and really think about, you know, look for grommets I had in that and this. But while doing that, I decided I was going to start cleaning up this area because I was going through a bunch of my drawers anyway, and lo and behold, part of that is moving stuff over here. And look what I just found clear over right next to where I've been working at, which is right here. So how that shot through here, and it didn't come underneath here, because as you can see, there's a board across there, there's a board right there, and stuff over on the edge, and there's all this crap here working on it. That's why I'm cleaning my garage. Anyway, I moved something, and there it is right there. Wouldn't you know it? So I'm very happy. I'm gonna go ahead and more carefully try and get that to work now. I went ahead and cut that down so it's shorter here. And as always, get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.